So far, we have discussed up to data types. Now we will move ahead. Setting data type for a field. We can set the data types for the table fields by working in either dataset view or design view. Setting data type in dataset view. As we create a field by entering data in datasheet view, Access 2016 automatically assigns a data type to the field based on the data we have entered in the table. But if we want to set it as other data type, we can do so by following the steps. If we want to change the data type, click on the drop down arrow of the click to add header and choose the required data type from the displayed list. Or click on the required data type that we want to assign, that is to give to the field from the data type gallery present in the add and delete group on the field tab. We can reset or change the data type of a field as and when required by clicking on its header and selecting the required data type from the data type drop down list in the formatting group. If you don't find the desired data type in the data type gallery, then we click on the more fields button present in the add and delete group. And so we can add data type in dataset view. Setting data type in design view. When we add fields to a table in the design view, by default each field is assigned a short text data type. To change or define a specific data type for a field, that is, as we may not need to set the given field as short text data type, we can change it. To do so, we click on the drop down arrow in the data type column of the field and select the desired data type from the displayed list. Next is field properties. It is an important characteristics of the field. A field property can be applied to a particular field in a table and defines the characteristics of that field. Here one thing is to be noted, that a field property can be applied to a particular field, that is on the basis of field. Each field in the table has its own set of properties that may be defined the field and how it is used in the database. We can set the properties of a field in the design view as well as in the dataset view. To set field properties in design view, we can do so by following the steps. Click on the field that we want to set the field properties. There a general tab is seen that is selected by default in the field properties pane. Set the properties of all the fields as required. Because there should be no field in the database that should be empty. So set the properties of all the fields as required. That is, all the fields in the database must contain some values. If it is not applied, that is, there is no any value is required, then we can assign value no. After finishing the task, we must save the table by clicking on the save button on the quick access toolbar, or click on the file tab and select the save option. Otherwise, if we don't save the file, then whatever the changes we make will not be done. Now I will explain the field property and its description. So first is field size. This property is used to specify the maximum size for the data stored in the particular field. It is available for short text, number and auto number data type. That is, field size can be applied only on the data types like short text, number and auto number. The next is format. As the name suggests, it defines the display layout, that is a structure of the field. It has different options for number, date and time and logical data. That is, it applies the different format for the number or date and time, as we can write date in the different format. We can select a predefined format or we can customize it. The next field property is input mask. Input mask specifies the pattern for the data to be entered in the field. For example, we can choose the input mask for a password field as asterisk. We all are familiar with this symbol, and we define a field as input field property as input mask if you don't want anybody else to see the value entered in the field, as it is frequently used to enter the password. The next is caption. The caption property specifies a label for a field, that is a comment for a field to be displayed as the column heading whenever the table is displayed in dataset view. It can contain up to 2046 characters. Default value. We can use the default value property to specify a value that is automatically entered in a field when a new record is created. The user can either accept this value or enter a new value. Validation rule. You all have already studied validating data in the Excel database. So validation rule helps us to limit the values that can be entered in the field. For example, a field's validation rule is, if you set a field validation rule is greater than 0, then a negative value cannot be entered into that field. Or we can also assign, that is, we can also set a range of values. Suppose in a field or in a range of field, that is in a group of fields, we don't want to enter the value less than 0 and greater than 100. Then we will set the range of the value to be entered in the given field as the value greater than 0 and less than 100. So if anybody wants to enter the value beyond this range, a message will be displayed to enter the value only between 0 and 100. Validation text. We can also validate the data on text values. This property allows us to customize the error message that appears when we enter a value that violates the validation rule. That is, if we will enter any wrong value, that may be beyond the value to be entered in that particular field, it will display a message and prompt us to enter only valid text. Required. We use this property to specify if a value is required in a field, as it is a good habit, good practice to not leave any field blank. So we set this property. It accepts two values, either yes or no. If no data is applicable, then we can assign it as no. Now a primary key. A primary key is a standard feature of every database management system. A primary key keeps a check on the table that every record in the table is unique. That is, no record should be duplicated. That is, there is no records more than one, same records more than one. The field that is designated or assigned as the primary key of a table neither can have duplicate data nor it can be left blank while entering the data. That is, if you set a field as primary key, then it must contain some data. Let us understand it as well with the help of example. Suppose we have a student table that contains records regarding students of a class. The student's roll number field can be set as a primary key because all the roll numbers are unique for each student. That is, there are no students that may have same roll number. While we can't consider the student's name field for primary key because there is a chance that more than one student in a class might have the same name. So we can't set that field, that is student's name field, as primary key. A primary key, if more than one field is combined to form a primary key, then it is called a composite key. That is, we can also set the primary key on more than one field in some special cases. Setting a primary key. To set the primary key, we will follow the steps given in the book. In design view, it is very simple. In design view, click on the field that we want to set as the primary key. The selected field will be highlighted. Then we click on the primary key button present in the tools group on the design tab, or just right click on the field and select the primary key option from the context menu. That is, when we right click on the field, it will display a menu. This menu is called context menu. The field will be set as the primary key indicated by a small key in the field selector column. That is, when we set a field as a primary key, we can see there is a small key, symbol of a small key. Now click on the close button on the table window. Access prompts a message window reminding us to save the changes. That is, after setting the primary key, you must save the table. The primary key is a toggle key. That is, it can be also removed. To remove the primary key, check from a field, select that field and click on the primary key button. The primary key will be removed. Editing tables in Access 2016. Editing is a very important work because we may need to edit the data. When we create a file, we create a table that may be in future time that may be required to make some changes. We can accomplish this task by editing tables. So Access 2016 provides this facility. To edit a record directly, scroll through the records, or we use the record navigation button to find the record to be edited. To do so, we double click on the cell where we want to make changes and type the information into the field. A pencil icon appears in the extreme right in the record selector column to indicate the edit mode. Now we can edit and save. Inserting, deleting field in datasheet view. It is very simple. To insert and delete a field in datasheet view, first open a table in datasheet view, right click on the field on the left of which we want to insert a new field. The context menu will appear. Select the insert field option. A new field named as field 1 will be inserted on the left of the selected field. We can then assign the field name, that is, give a field name, or select the field on the right of which we want to insert the new field. On the Fields tab in the Add and Delete group, choose the data type for the field. The new field name as field 1 will be inserted on right of the selected field. And now edit the field name, that is, give a name to that field. Similarly, we can delete a field also. To delete a field, there is two ways. Just right click on the field to be deleted and select delete field option from the context menu, or select the field to be deleted and then click on the delete option in the records group on the home tab. Now next is moving a field. We can move a field, that is, if we feel that the field is not at its proper place, then we can arrange the field, that is, we can move a field from one place to other. To do so, we just click on the field header and press and hold left mouse button and drag and drop the field to the desired location. While dragging, we can see a thick dark line appearing between the fields, indicating that the position where the field will be placed. As we release the mouse button, the selected field will be placed at the new location. Hide and unhide fields. We can also hide and unhide the fields. To do so, just right click on the column header that we want to hide and select Hide Fields option from the context menu. The field will be hidden. To unhide the fields, right click on the column heading that we want to unhide. Select the Unhide Fields option from the context menu. To open the Unhide Columns dialog box, select the Clear the check boxes to control which field should be visible. So far, we have discussed up to hide and unhide fields. In the next class, we will discuss the remaining topics.